Alright, it is time for another haunted story. This time we're back in Berks County again. This is the Dreibelblis Station Bridge. I'm trying to say that 10 times. Dreibelblis. Pretty cool old bridge here. There's a sign for it up there. Dreibelblis, built in 1869. Yeah, guys, I got permission to park just down there. Check with the owners. Well, they don't own the bridge, but there's limited parking here. And this bridge is still in use. I drove across this bridge to get here, so maybe at the end of this video I'll drive back across with you. Not too often. I mean, there's plenty of covered bridges around, at least in this part of Pennsylvania, but a lot of times you can't drive over them anymore. But this one you can, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so we are not here just for the bridge, obviously. We're here for another haunted story. And this is another one that's a little gruesome, maybe. And there's probably different versions of this story. That's the way these haunted stories go, these legends. Sometimes there's different versions of what happened here. But this one takes place, back in the 1800s again. And I don't have a date or a year for it, but the story goes that, well, in the wintertime, they still had a horse and carriage, but in the wintertime they would have a sleigh. The horses would pull a sleigh, big sleigh behind them. And it would have like if you go ice skating, the sleigh would have those big I forget what they're called, big metal things underneath that go through the snow. And the problem with these covered bridges was that there was no snow underneath the covered bridge. So from what I read, is sometimes they would actually bring snow from the outside into the bridge, so if you were traveling by horse and sleigh, you could still come across the bridge because the metal. The sleigh, underneath the sleigh, the metal rails, whatever you want to call them, would not travel along this wooden floor of the bridge. They would need snow in here, so they would actually bring, shovel snow, whatever, onto these bridges, so they could do that. And the story goes that, I forget the guy's name. I don't know if the story gave the name of the dude, but he came flying in. It was in the wintertime, and they hadn't put snow in the bridge yet. He was on his horse and sleigh, and he came flying into the bridge. And I forget exactly what happened, but the sleigh, it came to a stop, or it didn't come to a stop, and it started going over the wooden planks here, and it freaked the horse out. The horse reared up, and the guy was holding the reins to hold the horse, and the reins went up in the air, and somehow got tangled around his neck, and when the horse came back down, the horse took off, but those reins were around the guy's neck, and when the horse took off, they tightened around his neck, and they took his head off. Interesting. And of course the story goes then that his head went tumbling down the bridge following the horse on the way out. And of course the story, or the haunting, goes that if you come out here at certain times, people hear the thumping of that head going down the bridge yet. I'm not hearing any thumping today, because I'm not here at night quite, but... So yeah, it's not a very long bridge, but yeah, supposedly you hear the thumping noise of his head rolling across the bridge following the horse. So it's kind of Pennsylvania's own version of the Headless Horseman. So yeah, if you're in the area, come check this place out. This is along the highway back there is Route 143. I'm in Berks County, Pennsylvania, just south of Lenhartsville, off of Interstate 78. Like I said, you can still drive across this bridge too. It's pretty cool. And if you hear a thumping noise, you know what it is. It's some dude's head going across the bridge. So anyway, it's not really a scary story like some of the haunted places, but it's still kind of creepy. Kind of a gruesome way to go, have your head ripped off by the reins of your horse. He probably didn't feel a whole lot. Anyway. Alright, I'm going to walk around this bridge just a little bit more. It's a pretty cool place. These old bridges are just pretty awesome. They don't build stuff like this anymore. Just cool craftsmanship. Of course, it's got a lot of people. Of course, everybody's got to come on here and carve their names and everything. All kinds of names and everything on here. Well, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this short little ghost story here from Pennsylvania. This one's actually not too far from home. I've been doing a lot of these haunted stories from Berks County. I live in Berks County, and so like tonight it was easy for me to come here after work. Not too far. Plus, my friend John, who you've seen in some of my videos, he got me 2 books on haunted Berks County. I think it was Christmas for my birthday, so I have lots of ghost stories from this county. So it's definitely worth coming out here and exploring these places. It's kind of neat just to see this. Alright, we'll get one more look from the outside here. Here's what it looks like from the highway side. It's pretty cool. Alright, well that'll be it for this video. Cool place to check out. If you do come here, you can just check with the people, make sure it's okay to park here. It's always good to make sure about that. Alright, well, I'll say goodbye now, but I think I'll put some footage of me actually driving across the bridge then. I'll leave you with that then. But anyway, thanks for coming along with me on another little haunted adventure here. Cool place. Even the houses here are neat.